What if a ragtag army of 6,000 could annihilate 30,000 elite warriors in a sea of mud? Picture this: heavily armored knights bogged down and helpless, while a storm of arrows turns the tide in an act of brutal defiance. It seems impossible, right? But how did these ultimate underdogs completely flip the script against such overwhelming odds? Let's find out. The year is 1415, deep in the brutal 100 Years' War. King Henry V of England is marching his army across France, determined to press his claim to the French throne. But his campaign has been a disaster. Henry, though charismatic and bold, now leads a force of only about 6,000 exhausted, starving, and disease-ridden men. Most of them aren't knights. They're common-born longbowmen, many suffering from dysentery. Talk about fighting with guts, literally. Facing them, a massive, confident French army. Numbering somewhere between 20 to 30,000, their forces are fresh, well-fed, and clad in the finest plate armor. The French lords are so sure of their victory, they're already planning how to divvy up the English prisoners. But what fatal flaw, what single act of hubris, would ultimately doom them? On the morning of October 25th, near a small village called Agincourt, the two armies finally meet. The night before, a torrential downpour had turned the freshly plowed battlefield into a thick, inescapable mire. Henry, a brilliant tactician, sees his chance. He positions his small army at the narrowest point of the field, flanked by dense woods on both sides. He orders his archers to hammer sharpened wooden stakes into the ground in front of them, creating a deadly fence. He's not just choosing a battlefield, he's creating a kill zone. The arrogant French, impatient for glory, decide to charge first. Their knights, on horseback and on foot, begin their advance. But their heavy armor becomes a lead weight in the sucking mud. The glorious charge slows to a desperate, exhausting slog. Each step is a struggle, sinking them deeper into the quagmire. They are a perfect, slow-moving target. And that's when Henry gives the order. A chilling roar erupts from the English line as 6,000 longbowmen draw their strings. Wow! A black cloud of arrows, hundreds of thousands of them, arcs high into the sky and rains down upon the struggling French. The sound is like a hellish hailstorm. The bodkin-tipped arrows are designed to pierce armor, and they do. Plate metal is punctured, horses scream and collapse in the mud, and knights topple over, unable to get back up in their heavy armor. The first French wave is decimated before it even reaches the English line. But more come, pressing forward, only to trip and fall over the bodies of their own comrades. The mud becomes a grotesque graveyard, trapping the living and the dead together. As the French ranks pile up in a chaotic, struggling mass, the lightly armored English men-at-arms wade into the fray. Henry himself joins the melee, fighting alongside his men. In the brutal, savage hand-to-hand combat, axes and daggers finish the fallen. It is a slaughter. Wow! Wave after wave of French attackers meets the same fate, crumbling under the relentless storm of English arrows. The longbow, a weapon of the common man, is systematically destroying the flower of French nobility. The tide of battle has turned into a bloody triumph for the underdogs. When the fighting finally stops, the scene is one of utter devastation. The field is littered with thousands of bodies. French losses are catastrophic, up to 8,000 dead, including many of their most powerful dukes and nobles. And the English? They lost just a few hundred men. It was an almost unbelievable outcome. How did they not only survive but achieve such a crushing victory? For England, the victory at Agincourt was a massive morale boost. Henry was hailed as a conquering hero, his fame immortalized by William Shakespeare's epic play. The battle shifted the momentum of the 100 Years' War, proving that superior tactics, disciplined archery, and a little bit of luck with the weather could beat sheer numbers and brawn. Agincourt became a legendary upset. But it makes you wonder, what if the rain had stopped? What if the ground had been firm? Would history have been written differently? This muddy miracle, born from desperation, echoes through time as a testament to the underdog, a story of how a few brave souls, against all odds, rose to glory amidst the gore. Agincourt, a name forever forged in mud, blood, and destiny.
If this video moved you, like it and follow the channel.